guys, and welcome back to Valheim. So I spent quite a bit of time kind of like preparing all of this, and I am on my more beefed up character. I didn't start from the beginning, but what we're going to be doing today is killing or spawning and killing the bosses. So I'm gonna do this in a quick way, but I'm gonna go over pretty much what you should be looking at and where you should be. As you can see, I have some of my better equipment. You'd probably would have some honey and a raspberry or something like that hanging around. You might have some meat. Oh, I'm dying. But the first thing that you're gonna want to do is when you first spawn in, you get this. You get Eikthyr. There's a little runestone in Eikthyr. It's the first boss, and he's really easy to kill. You offer some deer trophies, and then you get your first boss. To get to deer trophies, you got to kill bucks, specifically. All right, and then from there, he's actually really easy. Obviously, with being one of the first bosses, your shield will block like all the damage, even of the electric. And to give you an idea of how easy he actually is, I actually managed to kill him first try within a half hour of starting out my Valheim endeavors, I guess you could say. The biggest issue is trying to make sure you have stamina. Actually, my spears is about where you would probably be. So we're actually pretty in line out of what I would actually be looking, or what you would be looking at if you were to come fight Eikthyr early on. This boss is important. Not only is it important for the fact that, you know, it's the first boss, but it's also the boss that unlocks mining. A lot of people wonder why they can't mine or get any rocks or anything like that at first, just like I did. But once you beat Eikthyr here, you actually will end up getting a big ass deer antler. I'm trying to fight this naked like this and talk about it. It's quite difficult. But yeah, you get a deer antler, and the deer antler allows you to mine. So as you can see, I'm just going around. After he attacks, I get two or three hits in, and then I just get my stamina back and keep running around in circles. And this is pretty much the whole boss. So initiates a speed up of killing said boss. And boom. Just like that, Eikthyr falls. So he explodes eventually. There he goes. And then you get the trophy and you get his antlers. As you can see, hard antlers is what you're looking for here. And then actually with the trophy, what you want to do with all of the trophies is you want to run down here or run back to your main area. Usually it's gonna be a pretty good distance. This is actually the closest I've seen an Eikthyr boss to the beginning area. But the first boss, Eikthyr, he's really easy. No big deal. I mean, overall, it took me, what, like 10 minutes to fight them. So nothing too bad. But you come over to here, and you actually attach the head. And it can whisper to you and give you sweet nothings and stuff. But the Eikthyr trophy, go away, Grey Dwarf, will actually, if you activate it, take the power and you activate it and you hit the F button. Now, I'm not going to take it because I like the one that I have. But if you hit F and activate it, you actually will be able to run and jump and lose 60% less stamina. It's actually really helpful. You'll probably be keeping this one all the way up until the 4th boss, which we'll get to here shortly. But the next up is going to be this Longo boy right here. And so we're going to cut to that, and I'll see you guys there. Okay, so next up, oh god, I'm trying to do all this in a manner of which it would be as if you were actually there. Did I not give myself a sword? I could have sworn I gave myself a sword. So I am doing like cheat mode to try to keep this a little bit quicker. Otherwise, I would be here literally all day farming up all of these resources. So normally, by the time you would be getting to this boss, you would be roughly decked out like I am about to be once I find where... Ah, there it is, bronze buckler. So actually, you're gonna go there. So normally, you would be roughly about what I'm at right now. I've maxed out my armor and not my weapons. You could, if you wanted to go and max out your weapons as well. For the sake of sanity, I'm not going to. But if you guys notice, you're not going to be able to see where the next boss is. The next boss you have to find in burial chambers, which is what this is. You'll always know that you're near a burial chamber because there will be like a bluish mist, and you'll see a bunch of bone daddy skeletons there. And you have to essentially just get lucky. You kind of go through the burial chamber. Ow. And you got to clear it out. And burial chambers, by now, by this point, you've already figured out what burial chambers kind of are and what they kind of do. Because if you're lucky, you don't need this part. But this is also where you find Surtling cores. And you need Surtling cores to make furnaces and to make a ghost. Ow. And to make like the charcoal smelter thing. So going through these is almost it is necessary. Essentially, you can't avoid it, but I don't remember where this one is. I'm going off of a blank seat of my public server that I run. Of course, I can't walk up there. And I think it was up here. They can be anywhere in these burial chambers. By the way, they don't have a specific place. You kind of have to explore every avenue and make sure you don't miss anything. I know my stuff is filled to the brim. Yeah, these are the cores that you would be normally getting. Let's see. Anything? Where is it? As soon as I find the room, we'll have a cut to the actual boss itself. No, nothing. But these burial chambers are a little difficult alone, especially when you're trying it out for the first time. The way that I always do them, I always kind of like go methodically. I'll take one route and I'll go every direction that I can in that one route until I come to the point where I have completely explored all of it. Oh, look, more cores. These are crazy valuable. Always try to pick up as many cores as you can. the value on them stays throughout the entire game because you need them everywhere. It's like I just cleared off the left side. There's actually no straight ahead, so I marked this one before because it had a rune to tell you where, so I know there's one in it. One of the things that I always try to do, especially since I kind of figure I figured I was going to be going back through and doing all of this anyway. Okay, I must have missed a direction because there's a rune somewhere. What did I miss and where? I'm not insane. I did mark this one with an R saying it had a rune. And I just heard a bone daddy. So did I miss away this direction? Did I not go down here? I did go down here. Sounds like it's upstairs from me. Yeah, these places you gotta be crazy thorough. There can be small little areas where you're like, oh yeah, there's nothing, and then you get there and you miss like an entire section. Did go down here. I hear the bone daddy back here, but I don't see where to get to it. I missed something down here. Alright guys, I swear I'm not insane. Oh my god. Look at that. As simple as that. It was right there this whole time. Walked past it how many times? Alright, there we go. Get rid of those guys. The chests are always going to have some nice goodies in them as well. Alright, this isn't even where I needed to go. Really? Really? What is happening to me? Okay, I'm gonna cut to the room. Okay, so besides this ransomed skeleton, which is poisoning me, I don't ever remember that. I have learned that even if you play on the exact same seed as you had before, they sometimes move stuff, because this burial chamber I don't have as marked with a rune, but it has a rune. And so it'll mark somewhere on your map that the elder is. So I actually have a couple elder marks on the map, but this is what it looks like. And it could be in one of these like sacrificial type rooms. It could be in a room where like it's like a dirt path that leads up. It can be at a dead-end hallway just laying in some rubble. It can quite literally be anywhere in these ruins and or these burial chambers. So you always want to make sure you are as thorough as possible when you're going through here, because you know you never know what you could miss. And I can tell you, I've had a couple of times where I would go through a burial chamber or the next step after this, which is the sunken crypt, and I haven't found anything, and then somebody else goes in and they find it. I'm just giving this a quick glance over, make sure, because it is possible to get multiple location runes in the same cave area thing, so it doesn't hurt to go through. Plus, when you're at this point in the game, like I said before, you kind of want... Oh yeah, I think I already went this way, yeah. You kind of want to be thorough in these areas, because I'm leaving a lot of the stuff. I'm grabbing the cores, but I don't really need them. But the more thorough that you are, the more likely you're going to find some goodies. Yeah, like it can be up at the end of this path, sitting up on there. These could quite literally be anywhere in the burial chamber. So anyway, we got the rune. You guys kind of know what you're looking for. And now the next step is we are gonna head to the elder. To summon the elder, you do need... Oh yeah, I just went in here without killing the bone daddies. To summon the elder, you need to actually kill some gray dwarves. the Elder is the next boss, by the way. And for the Grey Dwarves, they drop ancient seeds, and these ancient seeds are going to be absolutely imperative to have. One of the things that you kind of want to make sure that you do for this boss is you're not going to be using sword and shield or a spear. You're going to want a fine wood bow, and I'm probably going to upgrade the fine wood bow to be at least level 3. But you're going to want a ton of arrows, preferably, if you can, fire arrows. And you're going to see why right now. Okay, so now that you're at this place, one of the big things that you want to make sure you do is you want to make sure A, you have your health all the way up, and B, you don't have any structures that are important near it. So, and I say this because what I normally do, since I'm normally on a public map, you guys will see like little portal shapes. This is where I killed the boss on my private server, or my community server. I put portals that attach, like my main base is right here on my server, and we have portals, and each of these portals, like there's a portal named boss 2, and you take it, and it takes you to wherever you need to go. Like you got swamp, you got swamp 3, you got bone mass portal, boss 3 portal, a whole bunch. And it's a really good idea. That way, if you die, you can get back there quickly. Making portals is pretty simple as well. It's fine wood, which at this point you have an axe. You can start. You have the bronze axe. You can start chopping down birch trees if you haven't yet. You need Surtling cores for the portals, which is kind of obnoxious, but you got it. And then you need Grey Dwarf eyes, which I don't know about you guys, but I got more Grey Dwarf eyes than I know what to do with on my private stuff. So, but yeah, so you're going to want to make sure that you got fire arrows and a decent bow. You come over to here and you throw the ancient seeds in. Now this boss is probably going to take a little bit for me to kill because he is a monster. You know, he's got one of the tallest gravestones, and this is why. This man is just a giant. Hopefully he doesn't take me too much longer. When I fought him completely blind, not knowing what I was doing. Ow. Yeah, he summons roots. You don't really want to be close to him because of that. I'm actually not doing too good. Dark Souls dodge frames does wonders, by the way. He will quite literally destroy the entire forest. He is the Elder, and he's Treebeard, but he will destroy the forest. Where did he go? How did I lose a gigantic tree? There he is. Also, if you die, it's worth noting that you can go back and the bosses will still be spawned in. They will not despawn as far as I know. Yeah, he kind of loses interest in you after a little bit. These little, like, hentai things that he shoots at you, if you get behind something stone, usually you're pretty good. You don't have to worry too much. 100 fire arrows should be plenty as long as you hit your shots. You want to stay a little bit of a distance away from him like this, just because he won't summon his little friends. The little tree sap friend things that he summons. And obviously, since he is a tree, the fire arrows do a pretty good overtime damage. When I fought him a second time, because I did fight him twice, I actually had like 30 fire arrows, and I did use them all up, but I did manage to do quite a bit of damage with them before I used them all up. As you can see, I've used about 30, and I've gotten them down to about half health. Obviously, you're not going to be able to repair stuff as you fight them like I am, but I'm just doing that for the sake of sanity. So this is about it to me out. This boss is probably the hardest, in my opinion. A lot of people say the third boss is, but for me personally, I feel like this boss is 100% the hardest. But yeah, so I'm gonna I'm gonna speed this up, and then once we kill him, I will show you what you get out of him and what's next to start working towards the third boss. So, initiate, speed up. Alright, there we go. The Elder's finally down. We have every Grey Dwarf in this game just coming after me. But the Elder goes down, and you can get the Elder Trophy and stuff like that. But one of the biggest things that you get... Oh god, get out of here, Grey Dwarves. One of the biggest things that you get, let's see, get rid of the wood. I don't really want the Elder Trophy. You get these wishbones, right? Or not wishbones, the swamp keys. These swamp keys are absolutely necessary for your next area. So make sure whatever you do, do not leave this area without that swamp key. Now, obviously, after you murder... Yeah, he can talk to you and stuff like that. After you murder the Elder and stuff like that, you want to take it back to your starting point, wherever it is, and put his head on the hook. The Elder actually makes it so that you chop trees at an increased rate. So that is something that's really, really helpful. But once you beat the Elder, you're moving on into the Iron Age. And I feel like the Iron Age is where a lot of people stick to until almost endgame. So one of the first things you're going to end up doing is... Well, obviously you won't have that, but you're going to be ditching all of this bronze stuff. Actually, you're going to be keeping the troll cape. Give me that cape back. And you're going to be upgrading. So I'll see you once I got all of the upgrades and we're looking into the Bronze Age stuff. Okay, so at about this point, whenever you're looking for the third boss, there's two choices that you can do to try to find them. So the first and foremost is you can come into these buildings. Well first, you have to go into probably the worst area in the entire game, and that is the swamp. This is kind of what it looks like. It's all swampy. If you look on your map, it'll say like swamp up in the corner and stuff like that. But I personally hate it because this is one of the places where you can get poisoned the most. And actually, I'm actually going to be bringing in the sausages here. There's actually a couple things that you can make as you get into this Iron Age, which really help a lot. Sausages do tons of good, but also there's a Queen's Jam as well. So one of the big things to get iron, you would be doing this originally with bronze, but once you get into this area and you start mining up these muddy scrap piles, you have a chance at getting iron. You don't get iron every single time, but you have a pretty good chance at it one way or another. The biggest thing that sucks about this, though, is the copper and all of that was generally relatively close to you, and you didn't have to worry too much about it. You didn't have to go far distances. Chances are your beginning area does not have a swamp anywhere close to you, so you actually gotta go some distance to be able to get to it. And just like with the Elder, you have to go through burial chambers to find the runestone. Well, you cannot teleport with any raw metals. So whether it's in the scrap iron ingot form, even with like copper and bronze, copper, bronze, and tin and all that, you cannot go through a teleporter with those, which really royally sucks. Because that means you have to be taking the long way, which is using a boat. And so you gotta go through here, get all of this stuff, get the boat stuff. Oh god. Watch out for the blobs, because the blobs do poison you. I don't care as much about the joggers. I care more about killing the blob. Oh, two blobs. Two blobs. Great! Oh, God. But yeah, so these sunken crypts can tend to be a little bit on the difficult side. You're going to need to make many trips. Actually, just in my most recent Valheim stream, Shmi and I did a couple of trips to the swamps. Even though we're not in the Iron Age anymore, you actually still have a need to return to these old areas, which I will go over in the future. We won't go over it right yet. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna find myself one of the rune stones, just so you can kind of see. It's really the same deal. You're gonna be looking for it in a Draugr Elite. Ow. In these sunken crypts, and it can be pretty much anywhere. And I'm going through each one because I have a feeling I'm not actually gonna get lucky and have it in the ones that I've marked as having the rune. Ooh, hello, blob. One of the things that I very thoroughly suggest that you have prior to even attempting, well, not attempting, but prior to hardcore farming some of these sunken crypts, is have yourself a cooking pot or a cauldron, cooking cauldron, whatever it is. Where is it? I know it's around here. It's not miscellaneous furniture. No, it's in here somewhere. Oh, there it is. The cauldron. This guy right here. Because this cauldron is gonna open you up to a ridiculous amount of recipes, such as the sausages. And the sausage is just God. God on a stick, pretty much. It's probably one of the best foods in the entirety of the rest of the game, and you won't need to really find more food past that. Like, before I got to the part that I'm at now, which we're actually getting to the point where I'm at the point where I will be learning it together. I've only beaten the 4th boss, and we're coming up to the 4th boss pretty quickly. I've actually been recording for quite a while. But yeah, all the way through the 4th boss so far, I have used... Oh my god. Get out of here so I can walk forward. I've used sausages. As far as I know, sausages are the end game foods that you're looking for. So I'll be back once we get the runestone. Okay, well, I got lucky. Let's see. So once again, yeah, so these change every time, but rooms like this are really good. Usually the ones with torches have a high chance of having the bone mass rune. It takes quite a bit. Assume that you're gonna go through at least 3, maybe 4 sunken crypts before you find it. Now, I've spent quite a bit of time finding that, and I swapped out my meat for the Queen's Jam. I'm keeping the honey because it has some of the best healing per tick. But so I'm gonna be running with these three items: Trollhide Cape, Iron equipment, and I'm actually gonna be trying out this Iron Mace. So whenever I killed the bone mass originally, I used pure sword and bow, and I will show you how I tried it, or how I did it, and then we'll also try the mace as well. So let me get to bone mass, and we will be right back. Okay, so here we have the old mouth here. Um, to summon, I hope I'm right, but I believe you need these withered bones, because if you read on the back of this, the hint is cook their remains, and let's be honest, bones are remains. So you burn some bones. Oh, I need 5 more. Okay, so I'm back, and my guy is sad. I'm actually overweight, but you may make the sacrifice. Oh, wait. Hold on, did I do the thing? Hold. Okay, so as the mass is moving, so I had a hell of a time with this. Arrows don't do much, burning arrows don't do much, and this guy is just a monster. He threw out some blobs. He never threw out blobs before. I actually beat him with a sword and shield, and at sometimes an axe. I highly suggest having yourself. Oh, I barely blocked that. The poison resistance mead. Oh, balls. God damn it. I don't have poison resistance mead, which makes this all the more difficult. Oh, balls. Okay, well, that's not what you want. Let me get back there and I'll be right back. Okay, so I do have my thing on so that I can't die here. But as you can see, you can kind of see why a lot of people call him the hardest boss. And I'm gonna keep this on because I don't have poison resistance just yet. But you obviously want to get rid of these guys as quick as possible. When I fought him alone, hold on, let me get far enough away and I'll take off my. There we go. When I fought him alone, I didn't have him throwing blobs at me. So this is actually a semi-new mechanic, but the most that you want to do, you want to try to take out all the blobs, because the blobs are going to be what is the most detrimental, and then you almost want to try to Dark Souls dodge frame him. That blob took no damage. Did you guys see that? I've seen some people go with the route of... also, this area makes for an amazing looping zone. So, if you can loop him here, you're pretty golden. But if you can Dark Souls dodge frame... Okay, so that does do quite a bit more damage. Ow, I didn't Dark Souls dodge frame him. Any attacks from him or the blobs will poison you, by the way. That's why it's a good idea to have... Okay, so I just got lucky. So, this battle, for the sake of time, I might throw the God mode on and kill him, but you essentially want to do exactly what I'm doing. You want to kite him around, take out the blobs, get a couple swings on him, have some poison-resistant mead. I think the poison-resistant mead is almost going to be required for this. Just because of how much damage the poison can do over time. I'm currently poisoned, but if I drink the poison-resistant mead, I am poisoned right now, but I won't get poisoned any further. Also, another thing with this, with this boss, you probably want the healing meat as well, but there's my wrong thing. Draugrs are weak to slash, by the way, not that. I am still poisoned. Wow. That's not exactly ideal. I'm not poisoned for as long, at least. But okay, so I rescinded my previous statement. I did say previously that Elder was the most difficult. Now that he's actually fixed, which I have a feeling they did rather recently, when I fought him, like I said, he didn't throw blobs. But you pretty much want to do this. A lot of people will say, like, hold on, we'll go like this. A lot of people will say build up a tree house, like, right up here. So you would have yourself like a little platform. Oh, you're gonna make me have to have a crafting bench, aren't you? Oh. Am I not? Okay, there we go. Now I can place it. Must accidentally hit the wrong thing. But people say build like a little platform up here. And trees count as anchors. But you build this up here, and then you just sit up here with arrows, and you just keep wailing on him with arrows. And he won't be able to get to you because, I mean, you're above him. And you pretty much just do this. So this would probably be the best way to do it, is build a little platform and just have your crafting bench up here, have a whole bunch of wood or a whole bunch of arrows, and just sit here and wail on him with arrows. But if you want to be insane like me, you know, I did go with this route that I was doing earlier, so whichever one tickles your fancy. I'm gonna finish up this fight. I'm not even gonna speed it up. I'm just gonna finish up the fight real quick, just so that we can get it done. And I'm cheating my way through. I'm running out of time for recording today, so I gotta get this done. I've actually been recording this one video now for about 2 hours. So, I'll be back once he's dead. He's dead. Really? You get the Bone Mass Trophy. The Bone Mass Trophy, once you place it onto the thing, you get a whole bunch of, like, stab and slash resistances and stuff like that. Nothing too crazy. But you get this Wishbone. This Wishbone is going to be your lifesaver. It's going to be absolutely amazing. You're going to use that, and you're actually going to get to the part that I just got done with, which is the mountains. And the mountains we're going to make really kind of quick because I don't have a lot of time. And then we also got to learn how to do the plains together, and I'll show you the plains. But you would be sticking with the iron equipment here. You might be able to go with the Draugr bow. I don't remember what you need for the Draugr bow. Let me see. Draugr Fang. Yeah. Once you're in the mountains, you'll be able to make the Draugr Fang because you will unlock silver with this Wishbone. And you will actually, I think, still keep the bronze buckler if you like the parry. If you like the just block. Oh, no. You can make a silver shield. So you can get rid of this bronze buckler and have yourself a silver shield and a silver sword. And then you'll have these. So this will pretty much be your loadout. I don't like the mace personally, but this will pretty much be your loadout. I highly suggest by at least this point, if not before, you've gone and found yourself a trader in the Black Forest. You'll get a Megan Yord, which allows you to have more carry weight. And one of the first things, I have a similar object to it, so I'm just going to keep it. One of the first things that you want to get is you want to get a wolf cape. Let me see. I think it was up here. Yeah, wolf fur cape. You want to kill some wolves, get some silver, and get a wolf cape, because the wolf cape and the lox cape both keep you resistant from the cold. You will need a frost mead to venture into the mountains in any regard. So let me get to a mountain. I'm gonna take you to where I found the location for the dragon, which is what the fourth boss is. It might not be there, but it'll be roughly what you're looking for. You're gonna have to go to multiple mountain biomes, and I'll also show you how to use the wishbone as well. So I'll see you there. Okay, so one of the first things that I want to show you is how to use the wishbone. So if you put the wishbone on, you start getting this sensing thing. You can't have the belt on with the wishbone, so keep that in mind. And you actually have to walk around, and it'll get a higher pitch, and you'll get closer. And this is how you actually find silver. I figured this is the best thing to show right off the bat. Sometimes it is under rocks, and you gotta actually dig under rocks. Sometimes it's not silver that you find either. Come on, break the piece right here. Oh my god, really? This one piece of rock right here. Why will you not get out of my face? Thank you. I do still have my god mode on, by the way. Killing the drakes is a good idea. Just basic arrows will help you get through pretty quickly. All right, there you go. So you can, as you can see, we hit silver right here. So that's gonna be one of your best ways to do it. No, pull out the bow. So if you got the Draugr Fang, you know, shooting these drakes, pretty easy, pretty good, no problems. And the drakes, you need 2 drake heads to make the helmet that I'm using, which is the drake helmet. And the drake helmet is probably one of the best in slot gears in the game. The wolf armor is you'll get the crafting recipes once you get silver, but the wolf armor is pretty self-explanatory. You do need chains, so if you find chains in swamps, keep them, because you need chains pretty much everywhere afterwards. So let me get to where I found the that thing, the doohickey, and we'll be right back. Okay, so it is actually here. So lag. I was auto-saving. These stone, like, watchtower looking things are where you're gonna find it's self-breaking, but it's where you're gonna find the location of Mother and Mother, whatever, and she's gonna be your 4th boss. And to kill her, you actually need to get some of the drake eggs, and I'll kind of show that. But yeah, these things are pretty well hidden, even though they're gigantic, and can sometimes take a little bit to find. It took, I think, 5 mountain biomes. Let's see. We had a mountain biome up here we explored all the way. I checked this mountain biome and almost didn't find it, and then I think there was one other, like, right here didn't have any. So it can take some exploration to actually find. So let me get to Mother, and we'll kind of show you the Mother battle, so to speak. Okay, so to spawn Mother, you come over here, and it says sacrificial altar and offering bulls. You actually need the drake eggs, which I don't have my my god thing on, which is interesting. So hold on, we're just gonna turn it on just to have it on, so I can show you guys. But right now, they're not always gonna be right next to it. All right, listen, drakes, get out of here. But these eggs are god awful to try to get and bring, because these are another non-teleport capable item. And they weigh 200 pounds each. So you essentially need to find 3 of these guys and drag them to this spot. Everything on the mountain has decided that it wants to fight me today. If you're anything like, or if your progress is anything like how mine was whenever I finally found Mother, I also, with my most recent of endeavors that I had done, I had actually started being able to go into the plains a little bit, which the plains are usually your death zones, but you start being able to go into the plains a little bit, and if that's the case, you want to try to kill those death mosquitoes because you can make these needle arrows, which I believe up to this point right now, the needle arrows are the best in slot arrow. So it's good to have them on hand. But yeah, so you place those in there. Hold on, ready? It's gonna poof, and we're gonna have all three. And poof, all three. And once you do that, all you have to do is activate the sacrificial altar. Now, whenever you're fighting Mother, even if you have a wolf cape or a lox cape, it's a really good idea to drink frost mead. And we didn't realize this whenever we started fighting it. It was Saber and I, but her ice attacks that she's about to do. Come on. That attack right there does significantly more damage if you don't have frost meat equipped. So she's pretty self-explanatory. I'll kind of show you. Oh, I mean, I guess I can take this off for right now. Show you basic damage of what it does. It is possible to dodge it, as you just saw, but you definitely want to keep frost meated up because it gives you that extra frost resistance. She has a different part. Come on. It goes without saying, by the way, if you got to this part, you probably, like, thinking I'm insane because I did all this solo. You can have quite a few people in your game at once. You're supposed to be playing this game with friends. Ow. Yeah, so as you can see, that did like half damage, whereas whenever I got hit by it and got killed by it before, I actually took my entire health and damage. So it's a pretty brutal attack without the frost meat. Okay, there we go. And then she lands, and she'll like walk over to you maybe, but you essentially just keep shooting at her. And I didn't actually get to see the end of the battle because, like I said, I did die. But she's very anticlimactic in regards of being fourth boss because she's kind of easy. Her ice attack is the most dangerous, and if you stay away from her while she's like this, it's not too bad. I got frozen, but frost mead helps me survive. You're so scary. So I'll speed this fight up as I finish killing off Mother here, and then I'll show you what happens at the end, because she has a little extra surprise inside when she dies. Healing mead also goes a long way as well, by the way. As you can see, the sheer power. All right, cut to Death of Mother. Okay, so you know what? So we are now vulnerable. Being up against her when she's down like that is really, really good idea. She bursts and you get dragon tears, which is interesting. Whenever Saber said he killed her, he said that a whole bunch of drakes came out, but I don't know. I don't necessarily believe that. But these dragon tears are what drives you to have the next point in equipment and all that, because this is what you need to learn how to make the artisan table. That's not right. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? The artisan table right here. So once you have that, you can actually make the blast furnace, which is what you need to start actually going and smelting the black metal that you'll get in the plains. And that's actually roughly where I am right now. So this is all stuff that I didn't go and try to be a cheatsy little hobbitess for. All of this equipment right here is all stuff that I found myself, right? Excluding these, this is all stuff that I made myself, minus the arrows, but the arrows I have arrows at the other base. I'm keeping these on purpose, by the way. I have some stuff that I need to do with them, probably in between cuts for a video, or for this video specifically. But the black metal axe, the black metal sword, and then the black metal shield are the best. And then I was told that the padded stuff here is more that I need to start going for, and I need linen thread, and I'm not going to make it for myself, but the padded stuff is the best in slot gear imaginable. And the Lox cape, again, is stuff that I got on my own. You kill Loxes, you get their furs, and then you get the cape stuff. But we are gonna go put that on. We are going to go into the plains, and we're going to find the summoning thing that we need for it, and then we're also going to go check out the last boss as well, so that you guys can kind of see where to roughly look for each of the stuff, because I know I've read guides on what to look for and stuff like that, and I'm sure most people who probably have found this video have read guides on how to summon each boss, and they say, oh, well, you kind of look in this area, you look for this, you look for that, but they don't really go into detail how or where or why. And so from what I understand from people telling me what I need to do, these places like this, I believe, actually can potentially have the stone. I don't know. I've yet to find the stone myself, but you have to kill these guys to get black metal for starters, but you also get a chance of getting a stone or a totem, and the totem is what is actually used to summon. So I was told, yeah, Fooling Totem, there's one right there. I was told that these berserkers right here have a chance at dropping them. Listen, if you're into this area, you don't need me to show you how to kill stuff, because you've already learned how to kill stuff at the best possible way. I was told that these berserkers, flax is also very important. If you find flax, get it as quick as possible. No. And I'm using my basic supplies as well, because I don't want to ruin my progress that I have on my legit save, not this save where I'm flying around like this. And this is stuff that is from my legit save. Like, some of this stuff is from my legit save that I admittedly should have put away. Drop any? No. So we gotta find the totems, and then those buildings like that are also what we're gonna be looking for in these plain sections, because the buildings and the little villages like that have a chance at having the location stone in it. So I'll be back once I find one. Hopefully it won't take me too long. Hopefully this one will have it. Fooling Shaman. Nice thing about flying around is you don't, until I land, I don't count as a an enemy. Alright, so no items there, but alright. I'll be back once we find one of the summon stones. Summon stone? Summon stone. Summon stone. Nope. Alright. I'll be back. Oh, here we go. Alright, so and let's get rid of these guys real quick. There was one more, wasn't there? No. So it wasn't even in a town or an area itself. It was just out in the middle of the plains. But bam, there's Yagluth right there. Let's go fight him. Let's go see what he's about. I'm gonna fight him in a god mode sense, just so we can kind of see what kind of attacks he has. I am not going to fight him, and then that's that. So I'll be back once we get there. Ooh, all right. So looking at this here, let's just say, and his dying soul was split and shared among all his kin. So I imagine, yeah, we do this, right? Something that I saw, you definitely want to be careful, because look at this right here. I don't know if all of them are going to be like that, but the couple things that I've read and the couple of things that I've been told, I'm pretty certain that it's always near a village. All right. Let's see what this guy is all about. This is we're coming up obviously to the end of the video here. And if you guys are wondering, I did do the summoning stuff for all of the totems and all of the stuff to actually summon things. Because I was not going to try to farm all that. Okay. Okay, that hurt. That would have insta-killed me. Alright. I'm burning. Alright, so first and foremost, I'm remembering once I got barley and farmed up the barley, there's fire resistance. So fire resistance is absolutely going to be necessary because you're just burning all the time. It looks like this guy is pretty slow overall. Oh, he threw a fireball. Okay, so yeah, looks like he's pretty slow overall. I'm just sitting here wailing on his face. I imagine you'd probably want like a good bow. How does the bow do against him? Ugh. Nothing really. Okay, never mind. He ain't got no butt. Oh my god, what just hit me? Okay, so he is definitely going to be a handful. You're definitely going to want to have a lot of people, and you're probably going to want to have a spawn point pretty close by. So, oh, he calls fireballs down. Okay. So he's calling fireballs down, and that's what the his left, your right hand does. So when he raises this hand right here, he does fireball. When he does that, he does a shockwave and sets around him on fire. Yeah, definitely a rain of fire here. Okay. Oh, and then he broke my helmet. Okay, so rain of fire, fire explosion, and then fire breath. Everybody said he had 3 moves, so I'm assuming that's going to be the extent of his damage. Ow, ow. Alright, so let's just continue fighting through this in a cheatsy way, just to see if there's any new moves halfway through or anything. Some games do that. Yeah, you're definitely going to want to come into this with fire resistance mead and a lot of stuff for defense and expecting to die quite a few times. I'd be impressed if someone is able to kill this guy first try, no deaths. I'd be surprised if you were able to kill this guy no deaths at all. No matter how many times you fought him. Alright, let's speed up my little fight here so that we can get to the end of this. If there's anything new, you'll see it. I'm not getting hits on that. So, I'm bringing it back here because we're almost done. I wanted to know, and you probably saw it, but in a sped up version of it. I wanted to know quite what happens if, ow. If you backed up, because he didn't do his flamethrower mouth at all. When he raises his left hand, if you're able to sit under him, you pretty much don't have to worry about it. There we go. Oh. That was explosive. What do we get out of it? Yaglu thing. Placeholder item for the Yagluth item drop. Okay, so at that point, we get nothing new. What about... Oh, there's his head. Yagluth trophy. So, one thing that I forgot to mention is whenever you kill Mother and put her head up on the mantle thing back at the home base, it's... I don't know what Yagluth does, but it's probably one of the best perk things that you can get, because by the time you get to Mother, you've been sailing all over the place and you know how frustrating the wind is. Well, the wind can finally be used to your advantage, because if you activate Mother's blessing, Motor's blessing, you actually force the wind to stay at your back. So even if you were expecting like winds to be against you the entire time, you just whoosh, and then it's like whoosh, and she's like, I'll help you, child. And then you're like, thanks, Mom, you're the best. You know, it's awesome. It's amazing. It's the best blessing. I will probably never change off it. I'm going back because I want to know what this blessing does. But that's pretty much gonna do it. We've now officially gone and summoned and killed all 5 of the current bosses. Now, I'll probably do a bit of an update on this here in May. Maybe later. They announced in their roadmap that the Mistlands, which I kind of went through a little bit here, the Mistlands are going to be getting enemies and a boss, a 6th boss, come mid or with the Mistlands update. I don't remember. I think it said May, but I could be wrong. But yeah, so let's see. Ow, my cankles. No, just attached. Resistance versus magic damage and lightning damage. Fire, frost, and lightning. Makes me think that maybe with the frost, you'll actually be able to go up into the mountains and not have to worry about it too much. But there you go. All 5 bosses summoned and killed. So thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what you thought down in the comments below. Let me know if you guys like this kind of thing. I can do more videos like this for other types of games if you guys liked it. And, you know, also, if I did something and there's an easier way to do it, let me know down in the comments below as well. And, yeah, I will go out, make somebody's day today. I don't care who it is. I don't care what you do. Go out and make somebody's day today. And I will see all of you guys next time. Bye, guys!